कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वामी नामिने नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति स्वामी नामिने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Please everyone tell loudly. Hare Krishna कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Loudly please. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I make many praises and also express all gratitude to Srila Prabhupada for giving all of us a golden opportunity to go back to Godhead. All glories to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful devotional services to Srimati Radharani and Lord Gopinath. Please tell loudly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Hare Krishna. You can sit, have the darshan and you can continue in the class. We are doing Bhagavath Katha. Bhagavath Katha is in 12 cantos. It is compiled by Vysadeva during the Dwapara Yuga when he has incarnated. It is in 12 cantos with 18,000 verses. We are in the first canto as advised by, as instructed by the Vyasa Bhagavan to do the Bhagavatam from the first canto. Because we cannot go into the 10th canto directly where Krishna's pastimes are mentioned. We need to understand right from the first canto. And in the first canto we are on the 5th chapter. Today we will be doing the 11th verse. So I shall repeat this verse slowly 3 times. You repeat with me. Thereafter I will do the narration. Tadvad Visargo Janatagha Viplavo Yasmin Pratishlokam Abadvayati Api Namani Anantasya Yesho Anittani Yad Sunmanti Gayanti Grinanti Sadavaha Tadvag Visargo Janataga Viplavo Yasmin Pratishlokam Abadavati Api Namani Anantasya Yesho Anittani Yat Shunmanti Gayanti Grinanti Sadvasavaha Tadvad Visargo Janataga Viplavo Yasmin Pratishlokam Abhidvati Api Namani Anantasya Yesho Niktani Yat Shunvanti Gayanti Grinanti Sadvaha Tadvad Visargo Janataga Viplavo Yasmin Pratishlokam Abhidvati Api Namani Anantasya Yesho Aniktani Yat Shunvanti Gayanti Grinanti Sadvaha. This chapter consists of this Vyasa Bhagavan after compiling the Mahabharata, the great epic which is Panchama Veda, which contains 1 lakh slokas. Actually it is 60 slokas, but on the earth only 1 sloka is available. Remaining slokas are available in the other heavenly planets. So after compiling that one and after doing the 18 Puranas and Upapuranas, he was worried about the ensuing time. Why he was worried? He did not do any wrong. But he wanted to convey a proper message for us in the Kali Yuga, because we have very little life and a little time. So for our beneficial, it is not for his benefit, because he himself is the incarnation of Krishna. during Dwapara Yuga. And after doing that one, he wanted when, as instructed by Narada Maharshi. Narada Maharshi is also again a part of, he is also Amsha-avatara of Krishna Paramatma itself. So he asked him to compile Srimad Bhagavatham, the narrating of all the incarnations. But of course, Vyasa Bhagavan in the initial chapter itself, he told that he cannot narrate all the incarnations because as we know, we only know 10 avatars, Dashavataras. It's not Dashavataras, there are many thousands of avatars because the creation has taken many lakhs of crores of years ago. And God has to take many incarnations to punish the bad people and protect the good people. So, when he started commencing this one, again he was in a bit of mood. He is a Sarvajna because the incarnation of God. In spite of that one, how to guide. He sought the guidance of Narada Maharshi and Narada Maharshi was started telling him. So in this 11th chapter, the word to word meaning of the verse what we recited now is Tat, that, Vak, vocabulary, Visargaha, creation, Janata, the people in general, Agaha, sins, Viplavaha, revolutionary, Yasmin, in which, Pratishlokam, each and every stanza, Abadvati, irregularly composed, Api, in spite of Namani, transcendental names, etc., Anantasya, of the unlimited Lord, Yasaha, glories, Aniktani, depicted, yet, what, Tunmanti, do hear, Gayanti, do sing, Gananti, do accept, Sadvaha, the purified men who are honest. Narada Maharshi and Vyasa Bhagavan both were discussing with each other. Again, both are also, Vyasa Bhagavan also is a human form of Krishna Paramatma himself, and Narada Maharshi is also he is a Devarshi. He can go anywhere to anywhere, any universes, any number of times as it thinks. Just by meditating on the mind, he can go anywhere. So both of them were discussing about this compilation of Bhagavatham. On the other hand, that literature is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories. This Bhagavatham contains it's all the transcendental glories. Complete description is given of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc. Yes, already I have discussed, narrated the earlier chapters of the Dashavataras, Matsya Avatara, Kurma, all the avatars was discussed in brief. Again, it will be discussed in detail in the coming chapters later. So, pastimes, etc., the unlimited Supreme Lord is different, is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. In presently in this Kali Yuga time, in the society, what's happening is many people, they are going abroad. They are going abroad to learn something. But otherwise, what is happening is, after going there, they are not trying to learn good things, including the general thing. I am not saying that we should learn only about Shastras and everything going abroad. We have to learn the technologies, develop latest technologies, all those things. But instead of that one, what they are learning going abroad, how their behavior is changing. They are cultivating all the bad habits what they are doing in the other countries. But otherwise, they are also the high technology, all those things. They are less. They are getting less knowledge. So we need to see now pollution is there, sound pollution, air pollution, water pollution. How to avoid that one? All those things. So many latest technologies have been developed. Instead of learning those things, first they learn only bad things there. They think they are fully learned everything, and they think that is a great thing. We need to practice that one. That is a wrong. It's going in a wrong way. So like that in this Bhagavatham also they are saying this is for the revolution, to bring revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. So such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed or heard, sung and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. We have many authorized literatures, like Ramana is given by Valmiki Maharshi, Bhagavatham, Mahabharatam, 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas. This Bhagavatham is given by Hare Krishna, is given by Sri Vysadeva. We need to follow the original scripts. Otherwise, what happens is, today, for making, earlier Vyasa Bhagavan or Valmiki Maharshi never composed these things for making any money. Because in those days, this printed literature was not there. Neither this highly digital even technology was not there. So they have given all these instructions, all these things in the form of sound. In the form of sound, they instructed to their disciples. They never took any money. Otherwise, in the Gurukuls, the 12 years student life, it was free, no fees, free food, free shelter, free clothing, everything was free. Everything was free. But today we need to spend for each and everything, right from LKG to the whatever you are going to do, PhDs or professional degrees, everything. You need to pay in crores, lakhs and crores. So, and in those times in Gurukuls, all 4 varnashramas, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudra, all were there, all were treated equally. There was no untouchability. What they are telling today, it is not at all there. That was only brought in by the Britishers to divide us, and that policy is still continued by the political leaders for getting their own benefit. Otherwise, so such transcendental literature, we need to follow only authorized scriptures. We have to follow the authorized scriptures for attracting the public to make money today in the form of selling the books and get the charity. They have changed the versions of the original scriptures. They changed the original scriptures and they are just preaching the wrong thing. So we have to follow the only right things, like this Bhagavatham. What we are following in this ISKCON is the original Bhagavatham compiled by Vyasa Bhagavan, and later it was during 600 to 700 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, again Krishna Paramatma incarnated as a devotee. He has given us this Bhagavatam in the Bengali and the Sanskrit version. Same thing was translated by Srila Prabhupada for us to understand, because in the world today there are many languages are there. Srila Prabhupada has given us a very good translation of English, Hindi and in other languages also done by others. But this original Bhagavatam, the translation done by Sri Bhagavatam, we need to follow that. It is the qualification of the great thinkers to pick up the best from the verse. But otherwise, in the present society, everybody follow some adharma, but say what they are following is dharma. They put it in wrong way. They select the wrong thing. They need to select the best thing from the verse. It is said that an intelligent man should pick up nectar from a stalk of poison, should accept gold even from a filthy place, should accept good and qualified wife, even from an obscure family, and should accept a good lesson from even a man or from a teacher. See, selecting again wife means it is not that you need to select a woman from a rich family who is looking very beautiful, who is wearing costly ornaments. That is not the selection. Even a woman from a poor family also, she should have all good culture. Good culture may not be good looking, but her qualities, her gunas, they should be perfect. They should be perfect. And should accept a good lesson from a man or from a teacher who comes from the untouchables. It can be from a guru, can be from a lower this thing also. By birth, he might be Brahmin or a Shudra, that is different. That was done in the earlier ancient times for the purpose of avoiding competition and to divide the work. Brahmins were doing giving medical facilities. They were imparting the education to all type of varnas. They were including archery, giving how to use the archery weapons to the Kshatriyas, how to do agriculture and business to the Vaishyas, how to do service to all these varnas to the Sudras. Like that they were imparting all education. However, it was required by those different people. But nowadays what's happening is, a Brahmin is doing scavenging work, other people are doing, Shudra is doing Brahmin work, that is different. But there is a lot of competition in everything. If you go to attend some job, for getting some job, in the interview there will be thousands of people. Earlier there was not there. And you are thinking present population is more. No. In the ancient times, population was 10 times what we have today. 10 times what we, every time during the devastation, like some earthquakes, volcanoes, they come. Every 4 yugas, there will be some small pralaya. Every 1000 Chaturyugas, there will be one Mahapralaya. So during every yuga also, there will be some volcanoes, earthquakes will be there. At that time, lots of destruction has taken place. Now the present population feel it is high, but it is not high. Earlier days it is more. So like that, what's happening? This untouchability was never there. This was all created by only 500 years by the Britishers to divide us. To divide us, they have divided. There is no Brahmin says that the other should not come and touch him. We only say you need to be clean. You need to be clean means it is not you are untouchable. Just doing bathing. Earlier, some people they never took bath also. That means only in these recent times. Not earlier. I am not talking about the ancient time. Ancient times everybody used to have, because everybody, whether he is a rich man or a poor man, they have to go to the river bank and have a bath there, because they were not having washrooms what we have today at home, and there was no taps. It was only they need to go to some river or pond or some lake, something there, have water, get drinking water from there. All those were there. Today we have all this development, everything is provided at our place, that is different. And also for some purity purpose, they used to go and draw water from the river bank itself. Though there was no untouchability earlier. Shabari was a tribal woman. I am talking about some 20 lakhs years back, when Ravana has taken place. Shabari was a tribal woman. She was serving in ashrama, the rishis, great Matanga Manis, and she was cleaning their ashrama, she was cleaning their clothes, she was preparing everything for their prasadam, she was washing and drying their clothes, which they used to wear and do it. There was no untouchability. When Shabari offered fruits to Rama, they have taken. Nothing like that one. So even Vishwamitra was a Kshatriya. By doing 60,000 years of penance, he became a Brahmarshi. So like that, anybody can become a Brahmin. Shudra need not remain. So by birth we might be different to this thing. A Brahmin today taken birth in Brahmin, he is not a real Brahmin, because truthfulness is not there. He will not have, he will have anger, he will be greedy. With all these qualities, he is never a Brahmin. And he is also doing other work, that is because for living purpose he is doing, that is different thing. But unless until these, he should be very peaceful, he should have peaceful mind, he should not harm anybody, he should be honest, all those things are there, he should not deceive anybody. These qualities are not there. So he is not at all a Brahmin if these qualities are not there. There are so many qualities to be maintained by a Brahmin. It's not just he has taken birth in Brahmin, he can't say he is a Brahmin. And today he is also having so many outside food, prohibited food. Outside food he may have, but it's a prohibited food he is having. Like that, getting intoxicated, all this is happening. So this untouchability is not there. There are some of the ethical instruction for everyone. For everyone, in every place, without exception. For everyone we have our own regulations. If there are so many number of schools, for every student they say you come in particular uniform with tie or some badge or something. The school people manage will say, like in office also there is some decorum. They tell you need to come in a proper formal dress. You cannot, outside we go with all torn jeans as a fashion. It's not there. So we need to follow some regulations. There is no exception for everybody. Today you tell something, they say, why you are telling me like that? They think that it is accepted to him. That is wrong. He is always, these are some ethical for everyone without exception. But a saint is far above level of an ordinary man. Again, when we think about a saint, some acharya who is in a monk dress, he is in a space, that also dress is for him, because he is also doing good things for benefit of us. He has renunciated his entire family. Maybe we have 5 people or 10 people, whoever is a brother, sister, parents, children, whoever. Prabhupada has renunciated his wife. He has given, he's just renunciated his wife, children, everybody, and just with some $10 in his pocket, he went to US in a boat. He was taken in a ship, during which he had 3 or 4 times heart attack in the ship. He was saved. Krishna has saved him. Absolute Paramatma, he has saved him. And after reaching US, from there he started preaching, and he has developed. Today there are more than 2,000 temples of ISKCON temples all over the world. And he has done a great job. Like that, other saints also, by Acharya Chinnajaya Swami, he is also renunciated at the age of 23 years. Prabhupada has renunciated at the age of 60 years or something. I know that I don't remember the exact age, around 60 years, but my Acharya, he renunciated at the age of 23 years. He left his parents, he was unmarried, he was a bachelor, and he is doing preaching. We need such persons, also saintly persons, for doing preaching all over the world for the benefit of the humankind. For the humankind. If we do the preaching for the animals, they don't understand. This preaching is only required by the human being. Why? Because animals, they are in their own limits. They are on their limits. Whether it is dog, cat, some wild animal, only to the extent of having their food, they need something. Otherwise, afterwards, if they want, even that also they take in a limited way. If something is available, they will not take everything. Whatever is required, whatever belly has to be filled, that only they take. Whereas we are not like that. Though God has given us this human body with intelligence. In spite of having intelligence, we misuse it. Even the food also, we intake should be only 60% in the form of liquids, 20% of solids. Remaining 20% should be vacant. But otherwise, by taking some tasty food, relishing the tasty food, we don't follow that rules. We take 200% and get digestion, indigestion, vomiting, or some other infection. So many things we get. So like that, we need to be under control. For this one, mind has to be in control first. So we need people also to do the preaching like saints. So he is always absorbed in glorifying the Supreme Lord, because by broadcasting the whole name of the fame and Supreme Lord, the polluted atmosphere of the world will change. Whatever pollution is there, it's not just water pollution, sound pollution or air pollution. Pollution of our mind, that is more important, because our mind is polluted with the Rajasic and Tamasa gunas in the nature. What is Rajasic guna? Having desires to become very rich, to possess so palatial, that is not wrong. But in a rightful way, you can have all those things. But otherwise, we do all illegal things and try to acquire them. Tamasic is being laziness, sleeping for 12 hours or 18 hours like that, or even having prohibited food, getting intoxicated, taking liquors, going into prostitution, all these things are tamasic. So we are cultivating all those bad habits from the nature. Nature is very good. Our mind, if you control it, is very good. Otherwise, if you leave it freely, it is attracted by the nature. It is attracted by nature, and we get attracted to all those bad things. So that is also a type of pollution. To remove this pollution, we need acharyas. for doing the preaching. The polluted atmosphere of the world will change, and as a result of propagating the transcendental literatures like Srimad Bhagavatham, people become sane in their stanza of Srimad Bhagavatham. We have a crisis before us. Our neighboring friend China has attacked the border of India with a militaristic spirit. We have practically no business in the political field. But otherwise, yet we see that previously there were both China and India. Even earlier also it was there. Narakasura, who was killed by this thing, he was in China. He was ruling China. He was ruling China. For the entire world, Dasharatha was Samrat during Treta Yuga, during the Dwapara Yuga. Nala Chakravarti was the emperor. Again, after him, it was divided into small kingdoms. Again, after the Kurukshetra war, even before the Kurukshetra war, by performing the Rasa Yoga, Dharma Yudhishthira has become the emperor of the entire world. He was the emperor, not a king. All the kings were under his control. He was staying in Hastinapura, present Delhi. He was staying there, and from there he used to control the entire world. Even after the Kurukshetra war, Dharmaraja was the emperor for 36 years, and after him, after the Pandavas, Abhimanyu's son Parikshit Maharaja ruled for 60 years as emperor. And thereafter, his son Janmejaya, he has ruled for few years because Kali Yuga has started, our human life has come down. After Janmejaya also, 10 generations of Pandavas ruled the world, but they were become weak. After becoming weak, again all the present condition has happened. Different kingdoms have taken place, different continents, all those things. Otherwise, our people ruled the entire world for many time. So we have practically no business in political field. Yet we see that previously there were both China and India, and they both lived peacefully for centuries without ill feeling. Without ill feeling there. The reason is that they lived those days in the atmosphere of God consciousness. Because till the time of Krishna Avatara, everybody were together. They were all united. Because after the Krishna Paramatma left this world to his own abode, Kali Yuga has started, and people had infighting. All these breakages happened. So the reason is that they lived in those days in an atmosphere of God consciousness, and every country over the surface of the world was God-fearing, pure-hearted and simple. There was no question of political diplomacy. There is no cause of quarrel between the two countries, China and India, over land, which is not very suitable for habitation. See now, whatever the China and India, they are fighting, if you really have a consciousness on that one, it's only to just to show the differences between them they are doing. Otherwise, human habitat, not only human, any living being cannot go and stay there. It is such a highly mountainous, mountains are there, and lot of the climate over there is very cold, and the military people on either side who are going there and trying to protect the border, they are taking lot of risk. And even oxygen is not there. Proper oxygen supply is not there. They have to carry oxygen bag. There is no food. They have to carry the food right from the dawn. So human habitation, not only human, even other living beings cannot stay. Just to show the differences for their own political ends. Only for political ends, to gain the vote bank, they are all fighting. Therefore, there is a great need for disseminating the message of Srimad Bhagavatham all over the world. We need to spread this Bhagavatham. Everyone has to understand. See, in earlier, the Sanatan Dharma, in Mahabharata and Ramayana and Vedas, Puranas, everywhere it is mentioned, our religion is Sanatan Dharma, not Hindu. Hindu is not our religion. Because you are all new to today, I am telling you, Hindu is the word given by us 500 years ago by the Britishers. In between Pakistan and our country, there is a river called Sindhu Nadi. They could not pronounce Sindhu Nadi as Sindhu. they do not know our religion name Sanatan Dharma. Other side, Pakistan, they know they are Mohammedans because already they have taken that this thing. Because we are on the other side of Sindhu Nadi, they pronounce Sindhu Nadi as Hindu Nadi and they gave a name as Hindu. We accepted it. Today, the constitution, what India is having is also a copy of Britishers. It is a copy of Britishers. Whatever rules and this thing, maybe numbers are changed, sections are changed. Otherwise, whatever rules UK is following, same are here, copied by this thing, which is suitable to our the conditions. Otherwise, same, one is the same. I have been in UK for some time, US for some time. I know about it. And here, this just to divide as they have done. The Sanatana Dharma is not only for in Bharat country. It is for the entire world. Sanatana was the entire world. Only about 2024 years back, when Christ was there, the people who followed him became Christians, and the people who followed Buddha became Buddhists. The people who followed Jainism, they became Jainism. The people 1500 years ago who followed Muhammad Prophet become Mohammedans, like that. Otherwise, for the entire world, it is Sanatana Dharma. For the preaching of this Srimad Bhagavatham, we need saintly leaders for preaching Srimad Bhagavatham everywhere. So everyone should understand why it is for his own benefit. What is the benefit means? Once we understand that earlier we have taken many births, not as human beings, but as a human, as animals and birds, insects. We do not know, it is number of lakhs of births. This time, by the kindness and sympathy of the God, we have been given this human form with intelligence. We need to use the intelligence in the proper way. We need to understand the Supreme God. There is only one God for everyone. Everyone means not only just on the earth. There is Akilakota Brahmanda. There are several crores of universes are there, and in every universe there are number of planets are there. Scientists have accepted there are many Milky Way oceans, and in each Milky Way ocean there are sun planet, moon planet, all planets are there, including one Brahmaloka, Vaikuntha and Kailasa. There are many planets like Venus, Mars, Saturn. Scientists also agree. It's not just scriptures are telling. So we need, and God is only one for all the Akilakota Brahmanda, not for only this Earth planet. And there are 33 crore demigods, that is what we call devatas in our language. Devatas, they are in the English they are called as demigods. There are 33 crore demigods who have different duties assigned by the Krishna Paramatma. Krishna Paramatma has given response because now in the central government or state government, the head of the central government or state government, they have ministers, IAS officers, so many officers are there, and each one is having different duties. Similarly, to control all the universes, each devata is given some duty, and they take care of their duties very well. So we need to respect the devatas also, but we need to worship Supreme God. Why means we need to go back to Godhead. Go back to Godhead means the present home where we are living. We all have individual homes, whether it is owned or rented, but it's all temporary. Whether it is even a owned house is also temporary, rent as itself it is temporary. Still, it lasts long only as long this body is there. Once the Atma, the soul, leaves this body, the body is dead. Atma will never die. Atma does not have any birth or death. Only these bodies are having birth and death. So, to avoid this cycle of birth and death, we need to go back to the Godhead. That is the original home where we need to live. And also, it's not that we will be happy over there. God will be very happy. If you people, you are young people, if you go abroad, leaving your parents here, and you come after 5 years or 10 years, who will be happy? Your parents will be happy. They say, oh, my children, they have been away long from us. Now he is coming. Like that, they will be happy. You may not feel happy because you are enjoying more facilities with advanced technology in other countries. So coming here, you feel it is all, India is all polluted, Bharat country is polluted, adulterated, everything. The politics is not good. We don't have proper leaders. All those things you will have. But your parents will be happy when you come here. Similarly, like that, when we go back to Godhead, to His original home, He would be happy because we are all His children. He is our original mother. He is our original father. He is our original Acharya. You need not feel that you don't have an Acharya. He himself is an Acharya. Like that, you can just worship Him. So for that one, what you need to do is, in this Kali Yuga time, we have very less time. I am fortunate, so many people were there when I came, but they already left because I am not blaming them, because they did not have time. They need to reach their workplace or their colleges or whatever it is. At least you people are here, you have some time. Like this, everyone is having very little time because we need minimum 8 hours. When we go to the office, they might ask, you work for 10 hours, 12 hours, also based on their duty requirements. But so that, and we need some time for having food, getting ready, all those things. And we need to some time for resting. So at least what you do, Krishna Paramatma, realizing these people's difficulties in the Kali Yuga, He incarnated as a devotee, because in Treta Yuga and Dwapara Yuga, when God has come in human form, only few people understood Him. Few people understood and few people only followed Him. So Krishna thought, if I say I am God, nobody will believe. So I will take the birth as a devotee. So he is taken the birth as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in between Odisha and West Bengal place, and he has given us a mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There are many mantras from Bhagavatham or Vedas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, but all those are regulated. They need to be chanted, meditated with some regulations to be followed. So for that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us a Hare Krishna Mahamantra without any regulations and instructed us to do 64 rounds on chanting beat like this Prabhu is doing. On chanting beats, we need to chant 108 times on the chanting beat. Each beat, say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, turn the beat. Like that 108 into 64 rounds, again it takes a few hours. So we don't have that much time, we have to go rush to our duty place. So what I advise you people, who I do not know how many are you anybody chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? You are chanting. How many rounds you are doing? You are not doing any round. You are just chanting. Good. I advise you chant on Hare Krishna, on the beat Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 108 times at least once. The remaining, we may not be able to do 64 rounds. But you can carry the beads anywhere you go, you need not feel shy, but otherwise, even without beads, while driving your bike or car or traveling the bus, getting ready, having bath, also you can chant. There are no regulations. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra can be chanted 24 hours, our lifetime. I'm not telling only 7 days or 1 year like that. 24 hours, any time you can chant, any number of times. With bead or without bead, that is this is. Chanting is important to remember God, because at the end of life, as told in Bhagavath Katha, 8th chapter from 5th sloka Antakale to 11th sloka Prayanavale Manasakacha in the 8th chapter Bhagavath Katha, we need to remember God in order to get salvation, liberation, to get rid out of this life cycle. Otherwise, if you remember something else, we take that type of birth. Again, it also based on our punya and karma. Whereas, even if you have committed many sins, if you start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will not do any other further in the future, any sins you will not do. Because you know you are in the God consciousness now. You will have fear, you will never commit any sin, and whatever sins you have not committed, God has conveyed in 66th sloka of Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Whatever sins you have committed, once you surrender to Him with full faith, once you surrender to Him, all the sins will be removed by Him. They are not at all hurdles, and He will also make us qualified to get the moksha. He will make us qualified to get moksha. So like that, we need to practice to remember God. The mass of people in general are the tools in the hands of the modern politicians. That is what's happening. Thousands and lakhs of people they are after the politicians, leaders, going after them for desiring so many things from them. For that purpose, they are all doing wrong things. General people are doing wrong things to support the politicians, to meet their aims. You know that our honest attempt to present the great literature, carrying transcendental messages for reviving the God consciousness of the people in general and re-spiritualizing the world atmosphere is fraught with many, many difficulties. It is not easy for us to preach and make everybody God conscious. See, like this, I am doing my part of this thing I am doing. I am not a monk or sannyasi. I am just a householder, grihastha like you people. I am coming to the temple, I am doing in my time, I am trying to preach. Like that one, this preaching, it's not that only I need to do or sannyasis to do. Even you people can also undertake this one. How is we have to glorify the God? There are four types of remembering God. One is glorification by whatever you are listening from Mahabharata, Ramayana and Bhagavatham in this satsang or any other satsang. When you participate, also by studying books, what is available in bookstore, if you don't have, you can buy it, you can read it. But understanding it should be from only satsang, because in this verse, in spite of giving the detailed narration, again there will be certain things only in preaching only we can explain properly. So those things, understanding those ones, when you go home, your elderly parents may not be coming here for some reason, for health reason or some other convenience reason, whatever, they may not be able to come. You can tell them. You can, when you meet your friends and relatives, instead of making nonsense gossip, talk about the glories of God. That is one way. The other way is meditation, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra directly. And also third way is, see, you should not be deceitful to anybody, steal anyone. You should not harm or make injury to anyone. Here anyone means not human being, all living beings, because Paramatma is staying in every living being. Remembering that one, you don't cause any injury to any animals or birds or insects or human beings, everybody. You don't steal somebody's earn. If you want to earn, you earn in a rightful way. You do your duty and earn. But otherwise, don't steal somebody's wealth. That is also a sin. So, like that, you can have n number of ambitions, n number of goals. But ultimate goal should be going back to Godhead. That thing you have to remember every second. Remembering that one, perform your duty. While performing your, while just going out to your college or duty, just say, oh Krishna or Rama, Srinivasa, whatever you desire. I don't say you have to say only Krishna. Krishna, Radha, Rama, anything, whatever name, because he is having thousands of incarnations and he is having thousands of names. Remembering any of the names, say, oh God, I am leaving for my duty. See that I am successful in my work. And after returning back, whether it is successful or unsuccessful, it is his part. Leave it to him. Leave the result to him. You just say, oh Krishna, I have done my duty. I convey my gratitude to you. That's all. Only that much you need to explain. And anyway, you know Hare Krishna Mantra. If you want, you can repeat that Hare Krishna Mantra like that. And he will take care of us. Like our parents, they took care of us during our childhood, and even now they might be taking care of us. Krishna knows how to, when to take care, when to give, what to give, all those things. So you leave it to him. So when there is a fire in a house, the inmates of the house go out to get help from the neighbors who may be foreigners, and yet without knowing the language, the victims of the fire express themselves, and neighbors understand the need, even though not expressed in the same language. And the same spirit of cooperation is needed to broadcast this transcendental message of the Srimad Bhagavatham throughout the polluted atmosphere of the world. It's not that this place is very auspicious place and there are other places, they are all impure place. Everywhere throughout the world, this in this Kali Yuga time, everywhere it is polluted. We need to do preaching everywhere. So this preaching just only by few saints or few person like me, it is not possible. Everyone who are attending this satsang should try to preach to their friends, relatives, like that many people can understand. So if the techniques of this great literature are understood by the people of the world, there will be success. Then only it can be success. When there are too many materialistic activities of the people, in general all over the world, there is no wonder that a person or a nation attacks another person. This is the age of Kali or quarrel. In this age of Kali, this is a quarrel period. And everyone knows it well. There is so many unwanted literatures full of materialistic ideas of sense gratification. I am telling you this, whether the Mahabharata in Disney Hotstar on YouTube, or the B.R. Chopra Mahabharata, or Ramayana, or many books available in the market, they are all not original scriptures. Disney Hotstar Mahabharata is 100% wrong. Only thing their settings are very good, their expressions are good. For that purpose, we need to see the. Otherwise, they attracts. Only for the attracting purpose, everything is changed. And the books by the publishers to make money, they have changed. If it is attractive, people will buy. Otherwise, they will not buy. If it is general dry thing, they don't buy. There should be some attraction. So to make it attract, they do all those things. They have done like that. So we need to be very careful of the unauthorized scriptures. There is no Lakshmana Rekha in Ramayana. People say this Lakshmana Rekha and before he went to help Rama. It is not at all there in Ramayana. That is wrong. Again, I did not find the curse of Tara to Rama. That is also not there. Just yesterday I was telling about the Ramayana here in the uni. And already I told about Lakshmana Rekha. It is not at all there. He will say, take care of yourself, be inside the ashrama, and he will go away to behind Rama, like that. There is nothing like Lakshmana Rekha, like that. So many changes they have made. And again, Draupadi Vasrapana during that time, it's now everybody show that Krishna appeared on the Abhay, nobody could see, just he blessed, she got the saree, nothing like that. Krishna entered into the body of clothes of the Draupadi, what she was wearing, and that became this spread over. Like that, nobody, Krishna never appeared like that. All this thing is in detail in the original scripts of Mahabharata and Ramayana. So we should not go by the other scriptures of that one. There are Bhagavatham from Ramakrishna Mission also, it is good. And there is another Bhagavatham also from another author, that is also original. The English version of Prabhupada is the original version. Like that, there are few. We need to go by only these authorized scriptures. Mahabharata, Ramayana, done by, Bhagavatham by Gorakhpur Press. That is very good, and they don't make any profit by selling them. They give at subsidized price, cost to cost they do. Because it is funded by Tatas. It is funded by Tatas, they sell it at subsidized price. For preaching, that's very good. The reading also is very good. We are sure that everyone in human society will welcome Srimad Bhagavatam, and even though it is now presented with so many faults, for it is recommended by Sri Narada, who has very kindly appeared in this chapter. Narada Maharishi has appeared before Vyasa Bhagavan. Again, Vyasa Bhagavan is also Krishna, Narada also a part of Krishna only. So each other discussed and compiled this. Finally, this Bhagavatam is compiled by Vyasa Bhagavan only, and it is done for the purpose of benefit of us, not for the benefit of Vyasa Bhagavan. He did at that time the present currency is not there, present type of wealth is not there, and he was never interested, because Supreme God is incarnate. Supreme God is the giver. He is not he does not any beg. Many people have wrong impression. They go to Tirumala Balaji, they make out, oh God, give me only 5 let's say I'm telling, give me a crore of rupees, I'll give you a lakh of rupees or 10 lakh rupees. When he is ready to give, he is having capacity to give 10 crores, Why should I accept 10 lakhs from you? And some people, there are so many people who say, oh God, I'll come to you, if I'm successful in this thing, I'll shave my head. Shaving head, for hardly will be spending, nothing will spend. For shaving head in Tirumala, it is free of cost. He will shave head, he said. Again, in few months it will come back. They do such vows. God does not need any such things. God does not, otherwise, God, to help a devotee, He doesn't mind coming and begging also. In Vamanavathara, when Bali Chakravarti is a good devotee of Krishna Paramatma. Otherwise, because of Shukracharya's misinstructions, he has occupied all the three worlds and removed Indra from his Simhasana, throne. At that time, to save the Devatas from Bali's this thing, he said, he is my devotee. I can't kill like Hiranyakashipu or Hiranyaksha. Again, who is Bali Chakravarti? He is Prahlada's grandson. That is, Hiranyakashipu was his great-grandfather. I killed them, but I cannot kill Bali Chakravarti. He is my devotee. So, he came, and when Bali Chakravarti was doing the yaga, he came and begged 3 steps of land, which was nothing but he has measured the entire universe and returned the world to 3 worlds to Devendra, that is different. So, for helping devotee, Krishna Bhagavan does not mind begging also. But it's not that we make something demand and we offer him something, that is never, it's not correct. So, we shall chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 5 times for today and disperse for today. Again, next week from Tuesday to Friday we have Bhagavatham in the morning. Tuesday, Wednesday we have the Mahabharata. Thursday is Ramayana. Those are in Hindi. Bhagavatham is in English. So, before discussing for today, we shall chant Hare Krishna Mantra. Everyone should tell loudly, please. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, all the new devotees who are not doing the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, I advise them, you please start chanting Hare Krishna mantra at least for 30 days. You see how much peace of mind you gain and how successful you will be in your endeavors. It's not that it will come just if you 30 days you chant and you get it in one day. Krishna knows when to give, how to give, He will give you. But you will be successful in your endeavors. You start chanting, and in the initial days it might take 15 minutes, but after a week, if you practice chanting, it might take only 6 to 8 minutes for one round. So, other rounds you can do while traveling also, with beads or without beads. While driving, you can't use the chanting bead. Without chanting bead also, while driving the 2-wheeler or 4-wheeler, you can do. So, and need not feel shy or shame for using the chanting bead. If you otherwise if it is inconvenient, there is some finger, this thing has come up in bookstall. I don't know whether it is here or not. It will cost you very cheap. Using that also, just touching the button, it will give you number of count. Like that you can use this thing even without that also, without beads. You chant Hare Krishna Mantra, that is essential. For our this thing to go back to Godhead, that is most required thing. So, Swasti Pravya Parivarantyam Nyayena Margena Mahimeshaha Gobra Shubhastu Nityam Samasta Lokas Vinobhantu Kayena Vacha Manase Indrivya Buddhyatpate Swabhavat Karomi Yajjat Prasmai Naranati Sarpayami Sima Sarpayami Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanastu Mangalam Nitya Iti Mangalam. Jai Shri Radha Gopinath ki, Jai Shri Jagannath Surumai ki, Jai Shri Nrsimha Bhagwan ki, Jai Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki, Jai Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Jai Shri Panchatattva ki, Jai Shri Madhbhagavatam Granth ki, Jai Shri Hare Krishna Mantra ki, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की। हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।